Hi guys, it's Ryan again. Just want to give you guys an overview on how the framework idea actually works. Okay, I only have one motor, and I don't have a side handy, like a pre-cut wall, because we still haven't received our laser cutter. It's still on the boat. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay things out for you and show you how it comes together. So, if you could imagine, this is a wall of a Maxifab printer. And at one corner of the wall, you mount your Z-base, right? Very nice. At the top of that same wall is mounted your XYZ. These are both bolted to the walls of the printer. They're connected, but at this point, by 8mm smooth rod, and here to here with a coupler, a 5/16 threaded rod lead screw with an idler bearing on top and another nut to hold it steady. On top of that lead screw, you have your Z-arm. Your Z-arm has a captive LM8UU bearing in here, press fit, good tight, and we have the two nut and the spring arrangement that rides on the threaded rod. All right, so now this is a complete Z-axis. Well, what about the other corner? Well, the other corner has an XY with motor mount, and that would go there. These two would be connected with a 8mm precision hardened rod with an LM8UU captive on top of it. This would get screwed down on the base. Now the thing to remember when building is the tops of these have to be level. You have to be exactly parallel with each other. So you have your Z base, you run your Z. And let's say this is your X axis. So here's your X axis. It's one half of your X axis and one half of your Z. Down in this corner you would mount a corner brace. And let me go grab one because I thought I had one and I don't. Alright, so you have a corner brace. That mounts down the opposite corner. So what you end up having is a wall with stuff mounted at all four corners with a Z-rod rider. You do this twice. The difference between the two is one of the walls will be set up for this to be mounted upside down, which is a part of the design. It's necessary. It allows us to reuse this part to power the other axis. You'll also have 4 holes on that, which will allow you to mount your filament feed drive. Let's move these in a little bit so you can see all the parts in action. Your filament feed drive. So once you have these 2 walls set up, in a machine, when you're building it, these will all be mounted securely to one wall. This would get attached later, but so you'd have 8mm rod that could be any length that you want. Thread rod that has to be a length compatible with the length of the 8mm rod. You'll have an 8mm rod across with a captive Z nut, LM8UU. You'll build 2 of these walls identically, with the exception of this piece is mounted like this, or it's mounted like this. Say you have this wall in front of you now. You have the other one set aside. What you do is you take 2 of your, if this is your X-axis, we'll call this the Y-axis. So you take 2 Y-axis rods and you plug them in to these holes right here. They'd be sticking straight up. You would drop 2 LM8UU bearings on those. With me so far? Then you take the two walls, face each other, and slide the two Ys into the opposite set of Y holes. And then you'd close it in. And essentially you have most of a finished printer at that point. What you have to do next is take the two additional walls, butt them up against the side, and bolt the walls to the case. That is the majority of the machine. What you have left at that point is adding your gantry section with your print head and your film and feed drive, wiring up your motors and making everything pretty. Electronics carrier board is a nice little piece I don't have handy, but the one we do have is actually installed in Cricut right now. I haven't made any more of those yet because we're still finalizing what switches we're going to be using and whatnot, so we don't want to print parts with holes that might not work for what we actually are developing. But that's essentially it. A wall, you connect it with rods, you put them together, and then you bolt your other walls on, and you have most of the machine. At that point, you'll have two areas where you'll have two flats for your Z-axis. You simply mount your print bed then, mount your leveling print bed on top of it, install your gantry, and you're pretty much up and running. I estimate build time on this machine at literally about 2.5 hours from scratch. Thanks for watching.